Greetings, Culturians, and welcome back to the channel. Here's something very strange. It looks like Hollywood is learning. Maybe, at least a few of them anyway. I would say that some of the agencies that are involved in productions that are very high profile with some notable stars have started to tell those stars to shut up about politics, listening to Bill Maher and others' advice. And you know what? That's a good thing. So we're going to talk about it. Here we go. Now, before we get started, just a real quick reminder. I'm trying to get to 50K, so look down there below and make sure you're still subscribed to the channel. If you're not, please hit that red button and turn it to gray, and then turn the little silver bell icon and turn all the notifications on so you don't miss anything, because I do dozens of pieces of content every week, including live shows and the occasional post in the community area. But we need to jump on the story because there's something here to really talk about. More Hollywood stars are choosing silence over political commentary in heated climate. And this is a story that came out on February 13th, so just a couple of days ago. And with politics increasingly dominating media and entertainment, some celebrities are choosing to not weigh in on political commentary amid America's ongoing culture wars. Well, imagine that. Maybe that turns off some of the audience and it keeps productions from their full potential as far as earnings go. Movies and television are supposed to be for everybody, right? We shouldn't be asking these people for their political opinions unless we want to divide people from whether or not they're going to see something or not. That seems like a sound strategy. Right, Cotton? Hollywood stars such as Kevin James, Neil Patrick Harris, and Michelle Yeoh have recently either declined to comment on U.S. politics or have made a conscious effort to avoid the topic. That's a pretty good strategy, if you ask me. During an interview with Variety on Thursday, James opened up about why he always steered clear of speaking about politics, saying, "Politically, for me to speak on it, there are experts who know much more than I do," James told the outlet. "I'm just focusing on what I can do, delivering a fun, heartfelt break from the craziness of the world. And guess what? Shut up and act, in James's case, actually works. Everybody carries themselves around all day long with lots of stress," he continued. "It's necessary in some ways, but you also need a break. You've got to look around and find the good things. Otherwise, you're just not going to function. I want to make people have fun, have hope, and get a nice escape in their day." And you know what? He's 100% right. And we need more people to go about things this way. It would lead to a happier entertainment world and environment. And honestly, all that the recent activities have shown is that people are truly divided when it comes to a lot of nonsense these days. And by focusing on it or allowing the mainstream media to fall into the trap of distraction, we are seeing things just flat out underperform, including award shows recently.
If you do win an award tonight, don't use it as a platform to make a political speech, right? You're in no position to lecture the public about anything. You know nothing about the real world. Most of you spent less time in school than Greta Thunberg.
Which Billie Eilish didn't help with her dim-witted commentary.
No one is illegal on stolen land.
Also noted by Variety, James is furiously apolitical and sticks to what he does best, making people laugh. Another actor, known for his comedic roles, Neil Patrick Harris, who I think is brilliant, recently declined to comment when pressed with political questions at a Friday press conference for his newest film, Sunny Dancer. According to The Hollywood Reporter, Harris was asked whether his fans should be political and if cinema should be used to fight fascism. What a weird way to ask a question. Almost leading in a way they want him to kind of steer things. So Neil says, "I think we live in a strangely algorithmic and divided world right now. And so as artists, I'm always interested in doing things that are apolitical," Harris said, "because we're all, as humans, wanting to be connected in some way." And you know what? He's also right. The divide isn't good. When pressed again on politics, He said it's embarrassing to claim this film isn't political after having had access to health care if they had to fight cancer themselves, similar to the main character in Sunny Dancer. Do you dare to criticize your government? And do you think democracy in the U.S. is in danger? A publicist asked Harris. He said, wow, while I have my own political opinions, I think as a performer, especially in this kind of movie, I'm trying to be inclusive as possible. I never read this script as a political statement. It was much more about a human growing up and having realizations about themselves, singularly, and about friendship.
So, if you win, right, come up, accept your little award, thank your agent and your God, and off.
Michelle Yeoh, the co-star of Crazy Rich Asians, which I thought was a really fun movie, declined to weigh in on politics while speaking to reporters during a press conference during the Berlin Film Festival on Friday. And if you're unfamiliar with that one, it's a pretty big one. They sell a lot of movies there. Variety reported that Yeoh declined to talk about political matters when asked to comment on the state of the U.S., which is something that I think not only her, but many Olympians
It's been a hard time for the community overall under this administration.
Are benefiting from. If you stay away from the political rails, you don't decide to grab that third rail with both hands and lean into it, then you have a broader appeal. And I think Michelle Yeoh appreciates that, as she's been cast in so many varied projects of late. She's having a resurgence in her career at a time when most women in Hollywood would be looking at the downturn, saying, I don't think I'm in the position to really talk about the political situation in the U.S. And also, I cannot presume to say I understand how it is. So best not to talk about something I don't know about, Yeoh responded to a Variety question about the state of the United States, adding she wanted to concentrate on what is important for us, which is cinema. So there you have it. Shut Up and Act is actually getting through to some of these people and their agencies and perhaps even the studios as well. As we watch Disney dismantle a bunch of very politically isolated events in their parks, we're starting to see other companies wake up as well and not focus quite so much on identity and more on the idea of entertaining you and me. But hey, those are just my thoughts. What are yours? Do you think that people like Michelle Yeoh and James and Neil Patrick Harris are in the right place right now? Do you think they kind of understand maybe that there's no upside for them to comment in this space? Do you think they're being told to shut up by their studios, publicists, and talent agencies at the moment? Or do you think there's a place for political commentary from people who, well, are really out there just to entertain us? And after all, Maximus said it best with, "Are you not entertained?" Let me know your thoughts down in the comments section below. As always, be sure to take care of yourself, take care of others, and until next time, see ya. But probably skipping out on any of these red carpet segments in the future.